So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our 2014 GSCMI Eaton Case Competition and Spring Conference. We are very glad to have you all here on this early Friday morning. So, my name is Chelsea. I'm a master student. I'm a master student in Global Supply Chain Management, and this is my partner.
I'm Gustavo. My microphone is on now.
Great.
And I'm a first year MBA student here at Purdue with a concentrations in operations and supply chain. And I'm thrilled to be here with Chelsea and to be your host for this morning. We're also thrilled to have all of you joining us, just like Chelsea said, in this nice morning.
Exactly. So yesterday has been a very busy day for us. Can you change the slides? Yeah, yesterday, because many of you might know, we have the internal round case competition. And this year we have 11 undergraduate team and 14 graduate team. They present their works to 20 industry judges. So today, the winning team will participate into the inter-college round case competition. And this year we have 6 teams from 6 universities as well, which is a very big turnout for our center. And while this team are preparing for this case, we will have industry experts to share their views on technology-driven supply chain with our faculty and students. So a very quick recap for yesterday. Here's all the winning teams, runner-ups, and best presenter for both undergraduate and graduate teams. Our students and faculty have put a lot of effort into this great event, and they all did a very good job. So ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause. Thank you.
On the same note, we would like to thank all the judges that participated yesterday and that will participate on this afternoon on the inter-college round. We're really excited to have you and help us with this case competition. Another round of applause for all of you, judges. And before we move forward, we would like to recognize the presence of our dean, Dr. Christopher Early, and we would like to, at this time, have him come forward and talk to us a little bit.
Thank you very much. Actually, I was about to do a tweet about why we're such a great university and such a great school, and it's because of this conference and all of you. So I'll do my tweet afterwards. I wasn't fast enough with my fingers.
Sorry.
You know, it is I've now given introductory comments. This is my 3rd conference since I've been dean. So I've been dean about 2.5 years, a little over 2.5 years, but the timing was such that I've been able to be with 3 of these. I got to tell you, I can't be more proud about our areas, around areas of logistics supply chain, global supply chain, operations, quantitative methods, MIS. We've actually, one of the things we did this year that was very, well, it doesn't sound revolutionary from the outside, but for us it was a bit revolutionary, is we combined into, we call them an academic group, our MIS, our operations, and our quant group areas. And so they're actually being led by Professor George Shantakumar. We did this because we've got these 3 really great areas that have great synergies amongst them. I was with one of our board meetings, our Krannert School Alumni Association board meeting a few weeks ago, and someone asked me about, well, at business schools there's all this emphasis on areas like finance and marketing, which is true. These are very popular areas. What's going on with, with regard to Krannert? What's going on in the area of operations, supply chain, manufacturing, these sorts of areas? What we've always thought of as our core competence as a school. And I said, if anything, they're getting stronger and stronger. There's great market demand for the students out there that are interested. There's huge market demand right now in the areas of operations, supply chain in particular. These are extremely hot areas, great for getting hired, getting jobs. That's a good thing. MIS obviously is another area that's extremely high demand right now. And that's a great thing about Krannert. We're positioned beautifully because we're one of the top 5 in the nation in terms of these functional areas. And I think that's a great thing. This conference and the quality of the conference, the quality of the case competition results, is a reflection on the strength that this is such a core competence for our school. We've been doing, thanks to George, Annabelle, Ananth Iyer, Suresh Chand, their colleagues, we've been doing some great hiring. We've got some wonderful new people who have come in the last couple of years. We will continue putting that as an emphasis for the school. This is an area, again, I want to strengthen more and more. Many of you know, or many of you may or may not know, and if you go to our website, you will know firmly, that our emphasis strategically as a school is being focused on STEM areas, science, technology, engineering, math. Because that is, after all, the core competence of Purdue University. You go around the world, what do they know us for? They know us for science and engineering technology. This is what we're world famous for. What we're trying to do at Krannert is really dovetail with that. By helping people with these kinds of technical backgrounds, first of all, get trained in business, but also those who have more specific technical backgrounds who come to us maybe at a graduate level to help them transform themselves into business leaders. So we think that's also a very important key area. You've got somebody, for instance, who may have worked for 5 or 6 years as an engineer and now wants to make a transition into the business side to focus on core aspects of business. Well, we just launched, in fact, it's starting in June, a one year, we're calling it our Accelerated MBA for STEM professionals. So we're really moving ourselves in a direction that creates a compatibility between what Purdue as a university is very famous for, and quite frankly, what Krannert is very famous for, which is in areas of, again, manufacturing, supply chain, operations, these areas. I don't want to take away from my colleagues in other areas of the school. My own area is OB, organizational behavior. We've got great HR. We've got in fact, we have a world-famous HR program. It's one of the, again, top 10 ranked, top 5 ranked actually, HR, Masters of HRM. But the point is, these are our core competencies, and this is how this activity, this program, this conference fits in so beautifully for who we are and what we are. Again, what we're not trying to be is we're not trying to be a business school for everybody. We can't, very few schools can afford to do that anymore. We need to have a specialty. We need to have a niche. And our natural niche is around what you're seeing today at this conference and around my colleagues. I just actually told Annabelle Fung is just now, because it's now gone through the board, is now, and if you would join me in a round of applause, officially a full professor. And I don't want to embarrass her too much, but one, it's remarkable for several reasons, not the least of which is she is one of the youngest full professors, one of the most rapid promotions to full professor we've seen, certainly at Krannert, but even across the entire university. She's that outstanding that she came in and she was able to do what it usually takes other people another 5 or 6 years to do. I just said to her, I wish she had like 8 or 9 brothers and sisters that we could kind of all bring onto our faculty. But it is, this is the, it's really a remarkable thing. George here, he's going to hate for me to brag on him, but I will brag on him anyway. We're in the process of, we're actually putting him up for a very distinguished level recognition at the university. We call it a distinguished professor. So he's already an endowed professor, which means he has a professorship in Krannert. But for a very select few, individuals can be put forward to a university-wide distinguished professor. And the review committee consists of other distinguished professors from around the campus. I just got feedback from the chair of that committee. Now, that still has to go to the board before anything's official. But one of the comments of one of the committee members was, after getting to review all of the data and all the information about Professor Shantakumar, it's an honor to know that I work at the same university of someone of his caliber. And these are the very best of the best professors across all of Purdue making that kind of a comment. And remember, our best of best professors include Nobel laureates. So this is the quality that we see as part and parcel of what you're about to experience for the next number of hours and events over the weekend. So this is a great thing. It's a great feature. We're so very proud of this part of Purdue. I'm personally very proud of my colleagues in this area, among other areas, but especially in these areas, and we're going to continue investing and building because we see this as the real strong future of Krannert and our global reputation. So for all of you coming to visit with us, thank you very much for doing so. If it's your first time here, welcome. We hope it certainly is not your last time here. For our students, just be reassured you're getting some of the very best exposure of some of the greatest minds in the world. And for those of you who are repeat offenders, you've been here before, welcome back. It's great to have you here. We want you to feel that Krannert and Purdue University is home for you. Because we want to be hospitable, and we want you to feel comfortable coming here at any time. And even though a lot of what these folks do is way beyond me mathematically, I can certainly appreciate it. So listen, everyone, welcome. I hope you have a great time here. I know you're going to get lots of great things out of it. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Dr. Early. We really appreciate to have you as a dean, and also for taking the time to come here to this morning and welcome all of us. Going ahead, we would like to thank our sponsors.
So thank you. We need to have this special thanks for the people who sponsor us from Eaton Company. They are Andrew Pearson, Kai Kong. Yeah, probably they're not here today. Taylor Nations. Yeah. Alan Outdoors by any chance here today? Okay. There are people like who helping us a lot. Christina. Christina? Oh, thank you. Glad to have one person from Eaton here. Nice. Thank you very much.
Perfect. We also have a special thanks to Conagra Foods. They have provided us with some snacks. As you walked in this morning, you probably noticed there is some snacks in the front registration table. If you didn't grab some, go ahead and during the break, not right now, go ahead and grab some. If you don't get the opportunity, if it's all gone, please make sure to visit one of the stores. They actually have Conagra. I truly recommend the fruit snacks. VeggieTales are awesome. And thank you very much.
Okay, so to begin with, let me introduce one of our main contributor for GSCMI Center. He is Dr. George Shantakumar. So about Dr. George, I have a lot of things to say. I need to have my script ready for this. You can see how long his title is already here. So to make a long story a little bit short, he has a 39 years of academic career, and he taught thousands of students, and many of them nowadays are industry and academic leader. His research had a broad impact in manufacturing, engineering, operations, supply chain, and in many other areas. He has made profound impact in applying stochastic model to improve performance of manufacturing companies. So if you have not read his two books called Stochastic Model of Manufacturing System and Stochastic Orders, then I would say you probably cannot say you know stochastic model very well. And his work has led a reform of the standard in semiconductor manufacturing industry. So if you search SK index, then you will have a lot of citations. And by the way, SK stands for Shantakumar. Correct me if I'm wrong. And before he joined Krannert, he was a chair professor in UC Berkeley. Since 2011, Dr. Shantakumar took over the GSCMI Center and made a series of reform to make the center become student-focused and faculty-directed. Now, let's welcome Dr. Shantakumar.
So, I'd like to welcome all of you. And I'm not going to make a speech or anything. I basically want to acknowledge the contributions that everyone is making here. Particularly, I think that the success of the center depends on the industry participants, your collaboration with the center, and the students. Of course, as you can see, the students at Krannert excel in what they do, and they become one of the pillars of the center, and the faculty. and particularly Annabelle, you have seen that. The center very much depends on the faculty and particularly Annabelle. The focus for us is that we would like industry participants come here and discuss current issues so that the faculty and the students can learn from it and improve how our training that we as faculty give to the students as well as the students' capability to come out and be very productive right on the go with minimum time to come and contribute to the industries. So as you can see, what we have is an interesting topic for today, which is the technology-enabled supply chains. And we have 7 excellent speakers today going to discuss with different angles. So it is not like an academic seminar or conference where everybody comes and talks about in a similar sense. Here, all these is going to be attacked on different angle from different industries. So it's actually interesting for us to learn from this. And I also would like to say that we are looking into what the current issues are faced, and one of the things that I see happening now is analytics. So the next conference, that is October 3rd, it's going to be on supply chain analytics. It's going to be essentially unlocking the supply chain for its power using analytics. So I'm hoping that some of you already would find that interesting, and if you are going to think about speaking in the next conference, please let us know. And I'm sure that Jerry is here from IBM, and I hopefully expect that you will have some speakers come next year as well as you are doing this year. So let me go ahead and acknowledge. And one other person that I like to acknowledge before I move on to acknowledging the industry participants is Heidi, because I was happy to see Heidi here, because every time I try to acknowledge the contribution as the center coordinator, I don't get to see you here. So could you please stand up and take a bow, and everybody acknowledge the contribution she's making. Thank you. So I'm going to call upon every industry participant who are registered. So some of those who are registered may not be here, and some may be here who have not registered today, so I may be missing you. So I apologize. And at the end, if there are any industry participant here who I haven't called, please stand up and introduce yourself. So let me start with American Axle. So I'm going to call different companies that are represented here, and I would like people from that company to stand up. So American Axle, as you might know, is Mr. Douch, has been a partner, has contributed, and the center, one of the 2 centers, is named after him. And Chad, is he here? Probably too early. Okay, so Chad always here, and he was a judge yesterday, and he has been very, very supportive, and I thank him for his continued support. The next one, I will try to go alphabetical, but I cannot always keep to it, so I'm going to go with Amway and Angela and Eric. Angela and Eric. So Angela has been a liaison. I mean, she has been very collaborating with the center, and thank you, working with our students and finding speakers. So thank you, Eric. Eric is going to talk today, and thank you. And also, I like to mention that DeVos have been a generous supporter, and there has been scholarship given out to faculty who does relevant research for the center, and I acknowledge that. And let me call ArcelorMittal, who has been wonderful with us. They have been continued support and have been sending great speakers. So from ArcelorMittal, Sharon and Matt. So thank you, and let me go to FedEx.
Exactly.
Yes. Let me also drink some water before my mouth gets dry. This is going to take some time, but please bear with me because it's important to me. So from FedEx, we have Scott, Leah. I saw Leah, and okay. Tim and Dave. And Dave, thank you, and Dave will be giving a talk today. And from IBM, we have Donnie, Allison, Jerry, and David, please. And I'm really thrilled that IBM is now coming to our conference, and I hope this will be a continued partnership. We will greatly appreciate. And Donnie and Allison will be giving the talk today. And then I like to call upon Craig from Conagra Foods. Craig has been a continued supporter, and I'm expecting, because he gave a wonderful talk last time, and I'm looking forward to hearing again from you. And I thank you for continued support, and also for all the goodies that you're going to get today in terms of, thank you, Craig. And Dow AgroSciences, Joshua. And Joshua will be giving a talk as well today, and thank you. And this brings a new dimension as well, just like IBM. We are glad to have you, and hoping to listen to you. And Allegian, Cynthia.
She's not here.
She's not here,
Yes.
but she's one of our alumni.
Speaker, yes.
Yeah, and
Alumni
she's a speaker.
Exactly.
And when she comes, she probably will tell that all her, a couple of her kids are also attending Purdue. And Ivonic, Bill.
Yes. Yeah, okay.
Hi, Bill. And I like to thank Bill, because Bill gets involved with us, an alumni, and also he recruits from us. So thank you. And Ingram Micro, Srisu,
She's not here.
he's not here, but not only he gave a very excellent talk last time, not only that, he has been referring people to come to our conference, so I like to thank him.
Leaper.
Yeah, before that, I want to go to, there are two of our former last year alumni here, one from A.T. Kearney, Devdeep Roy. Okay. And Kyle Harshberger from Lippert. Yes. Kyle, I'm proud to introduce him because he is from our first Masters in Global Supply Chain Management batch. So I'm happy for you to come back. And not only did he come back to visit us, he has brought Bill from, and thank you for attending this one. Then I have, I'm going to, these are first timers, so I'm going to call all at once. From Adeco, Juan Antonio, okay. From Beulah, David. From, thank you. From Hewitt Molding, Andy Burnett. Oscar Winsky, Alex. And from Procter & Gamble, Steve. Yes. And I understand you were referenced by Srisu. Yes, thank you for attending. Southwest Airlines, Peter. Peter was here yesterday in the judging the case competition. Thank him for that. And Concepts Consulting, Linda. Cummins, we have Juan. Okay. And Lafayette Steel and Aluminium, Kevin. And Oscar Winsky again, Alex. Okay, but last person that I'm going to call, but not the least, we have a representation from the Indiana government, Senator Hirschman. Is he here yet?
He'll be here.
Okay,
He'll
so
be here later.
he was a case judge yesterday, and many other people I have mentioned hopefully will show up a little bit later. It may be too early. And if I have missed anybody from the industry, could you please introduce yourself? Now Chad is
Chad here.
coming. We have been talking about you. So I'm glad for all your participation. And that's it. That's all I have. And thank you, and hope we will continue your collaboration with the centers.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Shankumar. We really appreciate it. And you are really an asset to the Cranert and to the center as well. We really appreciate your time to be here to do into all the help that you give us. Now, we will go ahead and go to the inter-college portion of this morning. And as I call out your school, we have 6 schools, 6 teams from 6 schools participating in this round this morning, and they will present it this afternoon. So today we're actually going to draw which position they're going to present this afternoon. And as I call the name of the university, would you please come forward, get the number, be recognized, and you may be excused to go ahead and work on the case. It's very intense, I know. Let's go ahead and start with our home team, Purdue. Here we go. Number 1. Now we'll recognize a representative from Washington University in St. Louis. Fourth place. All right, thank you. Now next we have the University of Buffalo. Third place. Thank you very much for coming. And next we'll have University of North Carolina. All right, second position. Thank you very much. And now we will have University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. All right. And Vanderbilt. So, there you go. Thank you very much. We thank all the schools for coming all the way to West Lafayette to participate in this competition today. We're really excited to hear from them in this afternoon. Now it will become my privilege to announce our first speaker in this afternoon. We'll hear from David Pollard. Mr. Pollard joined FedEx in 1999. And he has been a strategic contributor for the creation of the Customer Solutions team. Mr. Pollard is an author and is also a frequent speaker. in many supply chain topics, including optimizing global supply chain and supply chain risk management. He also received his undergrad degree in business administration with emphasis in finance from Auburn University, and we're really excited to have FedEx with us here on campus. They help us closely here in the centers and also visiting our classes and clubs as well. Please join me in welcome Mr. David Poehler.
So can you guys hear me? Okay, perfect. Very nice. Okay, so thank you so much. Just to let you know, these are some build slides, so I'm gonna have to tell you.
That's what we do.
Okay. All right, so thanks so much for having me. I'm really honored to be here today and talk to you guys about, is it hopeless, or does it seem hopeless to build a seamless supply chain? You know, building a supply chain today is really a daunting task. There are so many components that contribute to it. And even with technology innovations that have occurred, it's still very challenging because of the business environment that we're in. So, you know, as the world continues to shrink, and as with the prevalence now of e-commerce coming into it, with the global unrest that's around the world, and especially with the business environment and as competitive as it is, it's critical that a supply chain is built that is going to be a key contributor to your overall business performance. You need to create a supply chain that's going to be an enabler for driving revenue or reducing costs. So today what I want to talk to you guys about are some of the key components and share with you some ideas and concepts about building a seamless supply chain. At the same time, I want to talk about moving the goalposts. And a lot of people go, hold on a second, what the heck are you talking about? How do the two go hand in hand? But the reality is that unless you continue to move the goalposts of your supply chain and of your business, you're going to miss opportunities for new markets to serve, new competitors that you have to face, new business opportunities that you have, new challenges within your supply chain globally for a number of different factors. So today what I'd like to do is talk to you about those and really explain some concepts, rather, not explain the whole thing, but explain concepts about how you build, maintain, operate, enhance, and optimize your supply chain for the best performance, again, so that it is a key contributor to your overall business performance. So you can change the slide. So I love an interactive discussion. So this is your turn. I'm going to ask you a question. What do you think some of the components are, the key components are to building a seamless supply chain? Anybody? Come on, this is your chance. Say it again.
Communication.
Communication. What else?
Collaboration.
Collaboration. What else?
Visibility.
Visibility. Data. IT. Okay? All good examples. You can put the slide. All good examples. And you know, the reality is that there are probably hundreds of different components that are part of building a seamless supply chain. And if you have to build all these, and not only that, manage them, it's a daunting task. So let me give you an example of a supply chain and tell me how you would react to it. So you can click the slide. And so there's like 7 builds. So you can, what if you had to do this? You had to turn your inventory 250 times a year. What if you had to provide comprehensive product, billing, brokerage data to hundreds of thousands of businesses and customers every single day? What if you had to manage all your departments, all your divisions, and individual business units over 220 countries and territories throughout the world? What if you had to create consistent goals and services and provide all the processes seamlessly throughout the world with all your business units? What if you had to assist your business partners in helping them improve their supply chains and provide them with the best practices so that they can be at the top of their industry? Well, you know what? At FedEx, that's what we do every single day. You can click it again. FedEx, we have all of the processes, the systems, the components, the technology, all of the components that are necessary to build a seamless supply chain. But in reality, our supply chain is really an extension of our customer supply chain. Our inventory is our customers' packages. We turn our inventory 100% every day. Our supply chain is a component of our customer supply chain, and because we have all of the processes and the solutions necessary, we're able to help them improve theirs. Whether it is freight shipments through LTL or truckload, whether it's ground shipments, whether it's overnight or express air, whether it's global transportation, whether it's warehousing and fulfillment, whether it is just technology and communications and visibility across the supply chain, or whether it's integration that's required between them and their own business partners, FedEx has the ability to provide those services to our customers every single day. So, go ahead and click the side. Let's talk about, you're way ahead of me, man. That's great. That's good. I just give you a little.
There you go.
Okay, so what's a seamless supply chain? Let's talk about that. Many customers think that in order to build a seamless supply chain, they just have to meet the common challenges that they have. That makes sense, right? So for the automotive industry, they have some, this is just an example. For the automotive industry, though, they have some specific challenges